Today we're going to be going over content campaigns. And I wanted to try something different today. If you have any questions specifically for content campaigns, right? Content creation, we're going to go over my philosophy, my personal philosophy of it. And then we're also going to, just map it out. And I really wanted to experiment today with a whiteboard, but not this whiteboard right here, with this whiteboard, this one right here. So I just want to see if it works, because if it does, then I can start to draw a little bit more things and then start to have more visuals for the visual learners. So love when you do that. Thank you. I really love using the whiteboard. The whiteboard has helped me tremendously throughout my entrepreneurial journey. So being able to use it and to share it and to get good at it, because it's a skill, right? Using the whiteboard is a skill. It's part of your teaching skill. And there are people who, there's three ways to learn, right? Visual, auditory, from hearing, like podcasting, right? And then from there actually doing the kinesthetic. And so if you're able, especially as a leader, if you're able to master those skills or level up your skill for teaching, then it's going to help a lot more people because you can reach more people, right? So that was one of the reasons why I started to learn how to do it. And it's just a good habit, it's a good habit to do. 1 week into February already, right? 7 days in, actually. Exactly. How's everyone's progress? How are you feeling? How's the energy? And then when it comes to marketing strategy, here's another question. I'm going to put it in the chat, okay? I'm going to put two things in the chat. One is, did you do your marketing strategy yet? Did you do your marketing strategy? And then number two is for content campaigns. Okay, did you do your marketing strategy? And if not, we're going to go over a few questions first, and then we're going to do content campaigns. And I'm going to be pretty brief. But it's the reason why, it's because for February specifically, like, this is kind of like the start of a 90-day run. And the reason why I say that's because Lifestyle Getaway is basically 90 days from today. So who has not done their marketing strategy yet? We'll go over a few questions, but I encourage everyone to treat this like a working Zoom, okay? Because why not do this together when we're all here? So basically, your marketing strategy, it is kind of like your vision and map, your roadmap, okay? Your guidelines to where you are going and what you have to do in the process on your path. I'm going to share with you guys something that I only share to clients, so that you guys are going to have kind of like a behind the scenes. But I just want to really get the marketing strategy down. That's why, for everyone. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Yes. Okay, great. Awesome. We're gonna experiment a little bit today, okay? Like I said, because I wanna really get the iPad whiteboard activated, so that way we can start using it. So this right here is this is just my onboarding process whenever a client gets started with me for marketing consulting specifically, okay? And in here, again, part of the 5 pillars of massive scale is about automation, systems, setting up process. The reason why systems are so important is because system stands for save yourself some time, energy, and money, right? So for me, I'm doing my best to systemize everything, especially because one of my goals, one of Crystal and our goals, is to do our best to automate as much of our life as possible, so that way we can live our best life with our family now, sooner than later, okay? We don't want to work so much, especially with our situation. Our children are little. This is the time that they need us the most. I don't want to wait 5, 6, 8 years later down the road to spend my time with our children, right? That's why we're working so hard now and setting up the foundation and the systems and automations and everything in between as soon as possible, so that way we can spend as much time as possible with them, especially when they're little. Okay, if you're a parent and you have children that are not teenagers, right, and they need you, right? They need you because obviously, when children are teenagers, sometimes they don't want to hang out, or at least that's what I've been hearing, right, from a lot of parents. So for me, whether that's true or not, I want to avoid that. I want to capitalize on the moments that we have today, on the moments that we have now, and create as many memories as possible with our children. So that's why we're doing all this. That's why we're setting up our foundation, setting up the systems, setting up as much as possible now, so that way we can really hang out with them and spend the time and life now, right? Oh, mine must be weird that they always They always in my space. No, that right there, that's what I was thinking though. I was thinking that there are teenagers, it depends on your parenting style. It depends on your culture, your family culture, right? Like I think that teenagers, depending on how they're raised, they'll want to hang out. Like I feel like our oldest one is gonna hang out with us just because I don't know. I just feel like that. But anyways, that's just part of our vision, part of our roadmap, okay? Part of our like our journey of what we want to do, what we want to go. And so I just wanted to share that so that way you guys have more of a more context of where we're trying to go. Okay. Mine are all boys. I'm too cool for them. So here's the refining your marketing strategy. Okay. The answers you provide will assist in refining a results-driven marketing strategy for your brand, right? And I have the client just fill this all out. And here's the reason why. Okay. All this information that I put here, right? What's your brand's name? What's your Instagram handle? We specifically specialize in Instagram. That's why I put that there. What's your website URL? Everyone, in my opinion, as business owners, should always have a website. What core product service do you offer to the market? And then also when it comes to Thrive, right? Everyone here has obviously a Thrive website. So that right there is it acts like your website. But let me share with you something because this right here, your website is also there's like three main pillars for your foundation, okay? For your business foundation. It's website, it's list, and I'm talking about email or SMS or contact list, okay? Like the contact list is kind of like the people in your phone book, okay? Your Rolodex. So email, SMS, contact list, and then the last one is your brand. And there's a few other pillars, but just to keep it very simple, your brand is another like core pillar of your foundation. Okay. So ideally, everyone has a website, everyone has a list, like you're able to build a list. That's why I talked about email marketing before. And then also, obviously, like your brand values, right? Your vision, your mission, like your purpose, your intentions, the values that you have, because it's not just about you, it's about like your family, it's about your loved ones, it's about your employees, it's about your staff, it's about your team, right? This entire team here, right, on this Zoom call, right? There's values that we have, okay? So this is part of the community. But that's all part of the foundation, okay? And then the next thing is what core product service do you offer to the market? So obviously, we all know 1, 2, 3 is the core product. Okay. What makes your product service unique in the market? It works. I just wanted to say that, but yes, it works. You could feel it though, right? How does it differentiate from everything else out there, right? What makes your product or service stand out completely, right? Obviously, one of the main benefits of Thrive is that you can actually feel your vitamins working, right? You can feel it working. That is 100% unique, or at least in my opinion. And then obviously, yes, it's premium grade. Premium grade, right? And guess what? Like let's talk about like just briefly, okay? When it comes to the founders of Thrive, right? What's one of their philosophies, right? The vision, the mission, the purpose, the intention, their philosophy, the values that they have for their philosophy. It's premium grade. That's a philosophy. That's their mindset, their value. You see that? So it's important to understand what you value when it comes to like creating your marketing strategy. If you don't know what you value for your marketing strategy, then how are you going to, just have more clarity, right? For Resurreccion Media, we have three core values, right? The first one, I mean, there's no order, but it's all at the same time, right? But the first one is timelessness, right? It's evergreen, legacy. It's you do this one time and this is for long term. Like this is the long-term goal. It's for after we're gone, right? That's legacy right there. That's timelessness. The next one is passion, right? Fire. Like this is why like Fire Hour is so special to me because fire really like when I started to learn more about fire, like the symbolism of what fire represents, it represents life, it represents energy, it represents passion, it represents transformation, it represents just it's life. It's like everything, like and then there's people like that talk about how breath is fire. It's life. So that's like another thing right there, right? And then the other one is for us is transcendence. Like how do we evolve? How do we innovate? How do we adapt? to changing times? How do we do all these things? So innovation is another core pillar, a core value for us, right? At Resurreccion Media. So these three things, right? Knowing your values, knowing what you value the most, like knowing what your foundation is when it comes to values, that leads to everything else. That helps you with your marketing strategy. That helps you with your path forward. That helps you with everything that you do. It makes it a lot easier to create content. Okay. That's why I'm sharing that. So, all right, who is your ideal client? It's important to know who you're talking to, right? I know that Thrive helps everyone, right? It can really help everyone. But who do you specifically want to help, right? If you can dial down and really like go specific with who you want to help, you're going to start to attract more people because you're going to be talking specifically to the person that needs it the most, especially that will connect with you, okay? That will connect with your values, that will connect with who you are, okay? The bigger picture, products that work, backed up by our movement and company, systems, people you need, people to grow and scale. Yes. Yes. Let's get it. It's all true, right? So how does your product service solve your target audience's problems or fulfill their needs? Okay. It's a bunch of questions. Okay. These are all questions that it's really important to fill in. All right. You want to answer them for yourself because you need to understand everything about your marketing strategy. You need to understand everything about, I mean, you don't have to understand everything, but I would encourage you to understand everything. Okay. Give me your elevator pitch. Tell me about your product service in 3 sentences max. Okay. Everyone is busy, right? No one has time for certain things, right? They only make time for things that they really value. Well, guess what? If you're trying to reach more people, like this is really important, having an elevator pitch, right? What's your favorite thing about your product service? What's your favorite thing about what you do? What inspired you to choose this line of work? What makes you different than everyone else in the same line of work? This one right here is super important. What makes you different than everyone else in the same line of work, right? Think about Thrive. Everyone here is sharing the same exact thing, right? Well, guess what? What makes you different than everyone else in the same line of work? This is important for you to know. Like first and foremost, aside from like everything, like you yourself are unique. You yourself are special. You yourself are different already just by being you. So now when it comes to working and like marketing and branding, like that is where the challenge lies, I guess, right? Angela says, I build people. That's my skill. Yes. I love that. I love that. That right there is leadership. 100%. What company do you work for and why, right? Share your favorite thing about working for your company and why. Obviously, we've been sharing about Thrive, right? You have been sharing about Thrive. You've been sharing about why you love working there, right? It's time freedom. It's being able to work from phone, from home, from anywhere, being able to share this with whoever, right? Feeling good. Anything that you want. What makes your company different than every other company in the same industry? That one's, I mean, it's a no-brainer, but I'm biased, okay? If you had to choose one person, brand or company as your top competitor, who would it be and why? Right? It's really important to know like who's out there crushing it. Who is out there that you can model their success, right? There's the next question. Modeling success Modeling success helps us go faster. If you had to choose one person, brand, or company to model in the same line of work as you, who would it be and why? Here's the beauty of this, specific to us, right? If you're thriving, specific to Thrive, how many people have been successful in Thrive before you got started? How many people? There's many, right? Pick one. Pick someone to model, right? Modeling success is everything. There's something called the science of achievement. When it comes to business and just like success in general, this is what I've learned that anyone in any industry, they have a proven path that you can basically model. You can follow their step by step, their step by step. And guess what? You're able to at least cut your learning curve. You're able to at least, shorten the distance from no success to success, right? So that's where modeling comes into play. Ideally, you find someone that you can model, that you respect, that you admire, that you want to just follow in their footsteps. Like they're like kind of like your guide, okay? And then from there, just do exactly what they did and you'll learn along the way, okay? Don't stop for perfection. Don't stop for, like, oh, this has to be perfect. Like just start and figure it out on the way, okay? And have fun. That's the most important thing about the journey is have fun. Have fun with it. It will be stressful at times. It will be challenging at times. Like you're going to go through trials and errors. Like there's going to be a lot of things, but guess what? It's just part of the process, right? So tell me about your ideal target audience, client, customer who specifically needs your product. These last questions are really about just knowing the specific person that you want to target, the specific person that you want to attract, the specific person that you want to connect with, okay? What are the pain points and challenges your target audience face? How do your products, services address those pain points? And are you ready to dominate online? I just have that because that's just part of my language. This right here, right? This is part of your branding, okay? This is part of your branding. So that's just my specific thing that I like to just talk about sometimes. But that's it, right? And then like they submit to refine their marketing strategy, and then I receive, I receive the questionnaire. And then from there, that's when I, as the marketer, I start to refine their marketing strategy for them. Hello. Hi, sorry, we have a visitor. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, you're thriving? Are you thriving today? You thriving, baby? Okay, so just to wrap up, right? When it comes to marketing, when it comes to your marketing strategy, like have it ready, all right? Okay. Okay, baby. Any questions about marketing strategy? Oh, I think I missed a lot of comments. Here. Okay, that's number one, right? So marketing strategy. Again, if you haven't done that yet, right? If you haven't done yours, then I encourage you to start. And I don't know if this will be helpful or not, but what I can do is I can just duplicate my questionnaire form, and then I'll make a private page. And then if you want to fill it out, I'll figure out how I can send you your answers. But we can do that if you guys want. Okay, moving on. This is where the experimentation happens, all right? Because I need to figure out how I can screen share my whiteboard to you, because I really want to talk about the content campaigns today. So I think I got it. I'm pretty sure I got it. So content campaigns, right? Content, this is what after you get your marketing strategy down, this is where everything ties into play. Man, my screen share is not working. Well, if you give me 1 minute to just slow down, to speed up, maybe I can get it. Hey babe, can you set up Zoom on this iPad? Yeah, or no? Yeah. I see people are still coming in. Oh, I need to get my verification. Never mind, it's okay. It's because I really wanted to use that's why I said we're gonna experiment today. I really wanted to get the white pad. Yeah, the the whiteboard set up. No, it's not working. All right, that sucks. Anyways, we're gonna move on. No, it just doesn't connect. I'm gonna move on. All right, we're gonna use the old-fashioned whiteboard. Gosh, I'm disappointed, but it's okay. So just real quick, okay? Can everyone see that? Babe, can you fix the other camera though, please? Because it's not gonna get me. Yeah. Okay, so
This one? Okay.
yeah, it's fine. Okay, so just real quick. So when it comes to, and this will all be posted on our YouTube in a week. So when it comes to your traffic, there's three things. Gosh, I really want to do this on the whiteboard. Traffic, front end, back end, right? Can everyone see that? Yes. Okay, perfect. I've talked about this before, okay? I've talked about this before, and it's very simple. I'm just gonna keep everything as simple as possible. If you can join on, if you can join Zoom on this iPad, then I might be able to.
On my log, right?
No, no, on just this right here.
On your login?
Yeah. Gosh, nothing's set up on this computer. Okay, on your login then. Sorry.
Come here.
Oops. Someone's trying to join right now. Okay. So traffic front end, back end. Traffic, think of traffic as just marketing, okay? It's in-person networking and also online networking, okay? Online marketing. So this is social media. So this is like IG, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and also in person, okay? In-person networking, all right? Now, when it comes to the front end, okay, your front end, if you don't have a website, essentially your front end is your social media, okay? It's your social media profile because that's the only thing that other people can look you up as, basically, right? Or can land on. And then it goes into your DMs. The back end is your DMs for this specifically. But I'm going to share with you something. If you have a list, an email list, which I encourage everyone to have, like this right here would also be your back end, okay? So this is, again, and then brand is everything. Your brand, what you stand for, what you symbolize, right? It's all of that in between, okay? All right. So when it comes to the content specifically, okay, because you have to understand your entire roadmap, right? I encourage you to understand your entire roadmap because if you don't, then again, you're going to get lost on the journey. And it's just simply because you don't have a roadmap. You don't have a blueprint. You don't have a big map to like venture out into the world, right? To on your journey. So it's important to have everything mapped out. Keep it simple, but have everything mapped out. This is as simple as it gets. This is your business plan, okay? This right here is just a simple business plan. It's a business model to just follow. Traffic is how you get attention. Front end is where people can contact you or learn more about you. So sometimes it's your social media if you don't have a website. It's your website as well, okay? It's, like long form content, like if you're on a podcast, right? Whatever the case may be, okay? It's just where people can learn more about you and can actually do business with you, right? And then the back end is obviously like it's everything else in between, okay? It's the list though. It's really your list, okay? Now, when it comes to content specifically, here's the goal of content. This is just my philosophy. After you have your marketing strategy down, and you have your front end, right? You have your website, you have your page, etc., and you also have the back end, right? These two things right here is like your movie, okay? This is like your movie. Okay, I got you. Oh, no, come here, come here. No, come here. We got the whiteboard, but I need to do something. No, I have to. Can you sign in again one more time? But this time don't join the audio. Yeah, that's what I was trying to stop. So this is your movie, right? All the traffic that you have here, this is part of your content right here. All the traffic ideally is being sent to your movie, okay? So if you've ever watched a movie, right? Have you ever seen trailers? Have you ever seen commercials? All the content campaigns that you create, all the content pieces, the short form content, your Instagram reels, your Instagram posts, your stories, all of that. Okay, can you please bring it here so I can do it? All of that is commercials for your movie. Thank you. All of that is commercials for your movie, okay? Hmm. Does this make sense so far? Yes. Okay, excellent. Okay, I'm gonna keep on going. The iPad is working now, but the next thing is how do I do the whiteboard? Oh, I got it. Can you guys see the whiteboard? Okay, are you guys able to see the whiteboard? Yes? Oh, let's go. Oh, nice. All right, excellent. Let's get it. Crystal came through. All right, babe. Sorry, I need you to fix the camera again. All right, this is perfect. I love this.
I think it's fine. Are you sitting?
No, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down.
Then I need you to sit down so I can
Yep.
fix it.
All right. Time to level up our Zoom calls. The reason why I really Crystal IT department MVP IT Crystal.
This is the shut thing, not mine.
I know. Oh my gosh, I'm fired up. What time is it? All right, we got time. Wow, I can slow down now a little bit. She does it all. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get it. All right, so this is the first time I use the whiteboard with Zoom. Gosh, how do I move this little screen? Only show thumbnail videos? No. Okay. All right, can everyone see my screen? Or can everyone see me or no? I'm right here. Maybe not. Oh, yes? Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, let's get it. Okay, sorry, just bear with me because I've never used the whiteboard on Zoom before. So this is part of learning. Yes, Bogey, thank you. Okay, excellent. Let's get it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just draw what I had right here. So we have, oh my gosh. Is this a pen? Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. I got it now. So we have traffic. Wow, this is cool. All right. All right, babe. Thank you. This works. Oh, why does it keep on erasing though? Come on. What is it just disappearing? What the heck? It keeps on disappearing, right? Why did they do this? Uh, line width, draw. Why does it disappear? Oh, that
Right
doesn't,
there.
it's working now. Okay. Gosh. Okay. Okay, cool. It works. Shun and Crystal, y'all owe us extra 15 minutes because of this. I think we can make that happen. Sorry, let me just check the phone real quick.
Oh, you want to see Mike?
Can you sit over there? I
I'm
need
in
to,
my-
lower this down.
Hi, guys. I was in charge of the baby today. So I'm in my PJs. So shout out to Jackie. You did not just leave. You did not just leave. I'm just a placeholder right now. All right, can you guys summarize what you've learned so far? Because I've been in the room with the baby. Because if I'm not in the room with the baby, she's gonna be all up in the camera. What have you guys learned so far? Any takeaways? Here, come here, come here, come here, girl. Here's baby fire hour. Okay. Clear marketing strategy, systems, get my marketing strategy together. Yes, the struggle, the mom life, the work from home life. No, it's not. Yes, it's nice. It's amazing. It is the best life, you guys. Um, I could be in my PJs and work. So the questionnaires Shun uses with new people kind of reminds me of the welcome call, but more visual. Yes. Yes. So I didn't see the questionnaire, but oh wait, I did do the questionnaire, right? Yeah, so we actually did the questionnaire the other day in traffic on the way home, and I think it took us a good solid hour. It took us an hour. It was very, very detailed. And so it really made you think about a lot of things you might have not thought about before. Um, so I thought it was really good. But yeah, I'm a visual person too. I like to see things. When I hear things, it's sometimes it's in one ear, out the next. But when I have something visual I can follow along with, then I can kind of like put the pictures in my mind, right? Like it's a story. Um, Yes, the onboarding questions you can use the ideas and make it our own. Same, I'm so visual. That's why I love the board. Yeah, I think there was a study done before, and most people are actually visual learners over like audible learners, audio learners, auditory, auditory.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, placeholders are gone.
Sorry. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fire. Client form, same visuals. Yes. That's why I love the whiteboard. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's do it. Okay, so traffic, right? Front end. Gosh. Is there a way to make it like the stroke? All right. Front end. So front end again is like your website. It's like your social media, like your Instagram page, etc. And the back end. The back end is basically like your list, right? Your list. This is where like people are already like they're already a customer, they're a client, and that then you can upsell them as well. So this is basically think of this as more money. Okay, this is more money, and this is more opportunity, so more chances. And there's so much more in the back end. Okay, there's so much more in this part right here, but in order for people to get there, right, they have to go first through the front end. And then they have to qualify to get into the back end, right? So this right here is, this is just a very simple business model. Traffic again, this right here, traffic. This is all of your content, okay? This is content right here. So when it comes to content, again, what I like to think about, like my philosophy, gotta learn how to shift from front end and back. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So this right here, right? The content, this is like your commercials, your ads. Okay. All the commercials that you see, like on YouTube, on TV, in movies, and when you go to a movie theater, right? How many commercials do you see before the actual movie? Sometimes they just play the movie straight up, but most of the time they play commercials. They play ads, right? That right there, that commercial, that ad is this. It's your traffic. It's part of their traffic. And the whole goal of them doing that, right? The goal of them showing ads is for what? It's to get the eyes, the attention, the clients, the customers to the movie. Your movie, this right here, it's your product or service. Okay. It could be this. It could be product. Oh my gosh. Product, service. I think that the whiteboard can't keep up with, or maybe it's just because it's the service. Product, service, or a brand. Okay. Because part of your brand is also your message, right? Oh my gosh, the writing is horrible here. Product, service, brand, message, right? Your idea, okay? That's where people are, they're consuming your content. They're consuming your leadership, like your thought leadership, your philosophy, all these things. So this right here, it's important that when it comes to your ads, when it comes to creating your content campaigns, when it comes to creating all these commercials, right? What are you instilling in these commercials that are then related to your product, your service, your brand, your message, your idea? Does that make sense? Right? And then and obviously ultimately it connects to what? The movie. right? Connects to the movie. So this movie right here again is everything. And then this is how you monetize this part. This is how you actually get people started, is that they actually seen the movie now, right? Because they were so curious. Yes, Angela, you said it. Curious and interested. They get curious and interested from this, from the ads. Does that make sense? Every single piece of content that you create, every single piece of content that you create is an ad. And what's the number one thing I always say, right? What's the purpose and intention of your content? It is what? Brand awareness, right? I guess I can't scroll here, but um it's brand awareness. Here, I'll just write it. I'll write it in red. Right in red. There's three things, okay? I'm gonna just start here so you guys know where it's at. Okay, brand awareness. I'm just gonna put an arrow up so you guys know, okay? Brand awareness. It's referrals, word of mouth referrals, okay? So people are referring. And then also, did I spell that right? Then also brand awareness referrals and what's the other one? Dang it. Brand awareness referrals. Oh, and obviously revenue. Duh. And revenue increase, okay? Write down your mission. Yes, 100%. It's so again, remember the marketing strategy, right? Your vision, your mission, your purpose, your values, your roadmap. Everything ties back to the marketing strategy. That's why I mentioned it on a previous episode. Like, get your marketing strategy down because that will give you the entire roadmap. That'll show you the map to the puzzle, all right, to your life's puzzle, your life's journey. And then from there, you're able to really just have more fun because you're going to have clarity with where you can go, right? Like, you know exactly how big the map is. So all these things right here, okay? Your ads, it leads to that. It leads to this right here, your stars. It leads to this right here. Does that make sense? Okay. It's brand awareness, referrals, and revenue, sales revenue going up. This right here, these three things, if you just focus meticulously and with purpose and intention on these three things, this is how you grow your business. This is how you grow your revenue. This is how you make more money. Okay. And with more money comes more profit sometimes, right? I mean, ideally it comes with profit, but in this business, you'll have profit for sure. So with that being said, let's dive into content campaigns now, okay? Because now I just wanted to give you the map, right? The map, the visual map for this. Is there any questions about this? Any part? I need to grab, sorry, the iPad is dying, so I need to grab the charger. A lot of experimenting today, huh? All right, note to self, buy a longer charger for the iPad. Okay, so moving on. Content campaigns. So let's just erase all this. Does everyone have this? Make sense? Okay. Boom. Next. Content campaigns. Okay. Again, this is just my philosophy, right? This is just how I personally see content in general. And then obviously the goal is to create campaigns, right? So when it comes to your content and your ads, okay, just think of content as ads. It's a bunch of mini ads. That's really what it is. But when you create ads, there's different pillars when creating ads, when creating content. For me personally, I love to just create evergreen content because what I've found from creating evergreen content is it just works better. Okay. It just works better because again, my philosophy is how can I create a movie? Right. I always ask myself that question. How can I create a movie? And then from there, inside the short form content, right? I want to do my best to create as much timeless, evergreen value so that way anyone and everyone in the world, whenever they see this, like specifically for my the people I'm looking to help is business owners, right? Entrepreneurs and business owners. So if I can create evergreen content, right? Evergreen, again, like I'm just going to put timeless content. And this is part of my philosophy. This is part of my values. So this right here, if I can create timeless, evergreen content, then that means I'm directly achieving and directly being in alignment with my values, okay? With my core foundation, my values of timelessness. And then when it comes to this, obviously another one of my values, like I shared before, is fire. This is transformation. That's why Fire Hour is so special to me because of how much, like how many lives have been transformed already from Fire Hour since 2020, right? So fire was another one of my core values. And then as I started to learn about symbolism of fire, it's life, it's everything. And then from there, transcendence. Okay. So this is evolution, really. It's how do you evolve and how do you innovate and adapt? So everything that I do when it comes to creating these ads, it has and encompasses this, ideally. That's just for me. For you, you just replace these things with what's your value? Like value, like value number one, right? Value number two, value number three, and so on and so forth. However you want to do that, okay? And then only that, but again, like there's different pillars, there's different kinds of content that you can create, right? Such as viral content. Like how do you go viral? There's proven roadmaps of how to do this, right? And let me just give you the elements, okay? It has to be number one, it has to be relevant. Okay. So relevant, if it's relevant, and relevant means that it's like happening now and people know about it, okay? It's because this will spark like a lot of people talking, right? It has to spark emotion. And again, everything here, everything that people see, when something goes viral, it's because there was some type of value. Okay, there was some type of value. It's relevant. It sparks emotion. It's polarizing, which is kind of tied to emotion. Right? What else is there? What else is there? Can you think of? It's good to test yourself on this as well. And again, yeah, we'll end at 7:20 a.m. Okay, because I took about 15 minutes to set all this up. So relevant, emotion, polarizing. What else is there? And you know, when it comes to polarizing, like it really like this word specifically, okay? Like this is about challenging beliefs, okay? This will challenge like your beliefs. So for example, when it comes to Thrive, like something that like I've seen like a lot of Thrivers post is like our vitamins are better than yours. Like, don't you think that's polarizing? It's pretty polarizing to me. So but then it's just because it's just lack of education, lack of like knowing that. But obviously after you start thriving, you know that, right? So this right here is everything. And then it also incites and activates social proof, right? So there's more elements to this, but essentially if you take off like it's relevant in today's time, it's emotion it really sparks and activates emotion. It's polarizing, meaning it challenges your beliefs, your belief system, and then like just a lot of people already talking about it. It's the story, social proof, aka story in your head, right? Then this is kind of like the elements of virality, and there's a lot more, obviously, right? There's like the exact like step-by-step process of how this all intertwines. And then some people will say it's like hook, story, offer, right? Some people will say that it's all in the hook. Some people will say it's all in the story. Some people will say the offer is irrelevant, but it's like the call to action. It's like what happens after. But this right here, the hook and the story is everything, right? And then there's another way, right? The other way is just a promotional. And promo is kind of like depending on how you structure it out, like using this same framework, hook, story, offer, this right here is just like a one and done. It's like you promote the event, and then once that event is over, then you gotta promote another event. Does that make sense? It's kind of like short teasers, like for like one-time events, essentially. Okay. So the way that I do my things, for me personally, I like to focus on this just because this is part of my core values. And what I've learned is that if I'm able to mix my values with virality, okay, I'm gonna change the color. Like if I'm able to mix my values with these elements, then I'm able to get more views. Okay. My views just skyrocket. That's literally like what I've seen. And so it just depends on how you do it, right? The same elements of virality, just add it to your values, right? And then figure out how you can create the content through that. And then again, right, when it comes to creating content, it's always about the value. It's about the value that people get. If they don't receive any value, if you're not seeing views on your videos, right? Like it's not going viral, or it's not surpassing like the average amount that you're posting already, then that means that there's room for improvement. That's all it is. It doesn't mean that your content's bad. It just means that there's room for improvement, and that like there's not enough value, or you're not getting specific enough for people, okay? For your target demographic, for the person that you want to reach. Does that make sense? Because I'm going to share with you something. I'm going to erase this. This is really important in my opinion, for content, okay? The more specific, okay? There's a lot of people that say you got to go general. You got to go like start going like general to reach more people, go more broad, right? Because this is like the funnel, right? There's like so they call it the top of the funnel and then the bottom of the funnel. And most people, there's like three different layers to it that a lot of people teach, but most people are trying to go broad. And the reason why you go broad is because the more people you are talking, the more people you're trying to just reach in general. Exactly, Diane. When you talk to everyone, you talk to no one. And I've found that to be very true. Like I've just found that to be so true. Unless you are a global celebrity, right? It just like this is just what I've seen, I don't know. Like it just when I've done this like marketing for other brands and stuff, and we try to go like this, we try to reach everyone. I just know that we reach no one. Like I've just experienced that so many times, okay? But when you start to dial in and you really get laser like focused to like the one person that you want to reach, because you catered so much value, right? You got so much value for this one person. This multiplies, okay? This multiplies to 100 people and so on and so forth. Okay. When they feel like you are talking to them, exactly. Yeah. So it's so important to do this, okay? Because this is why I say like there's something called high status networking that I created. High status networking is just networking, but amplified because of online tools. That's it. So instead of being able to talk to just one person when you're networking, you're talking to a group of people from everywhere in the world, right? This is what I found to be true, is that when you start to niche down and really dial in your message to the one person that you want to reach, your ideal client, your ideal customer, the ideal person that you need to connect with, and you make your message specific, okay? Very specific to the point where they feel like you are talking to them, right? This right here, when you create the value, when you create the content, this is how you go viral. This is what I found to be true. Okay. So for example, right? I'll give you two examples. The first one is from my Shun Gunner brand, and this was on TikTok. Okay. Regardless of the platform, it does not matter. And I'm going to share with you why. But on TikTok, I posted, this was in 2020. Okay. I was in the Philippines, and I literally just created a selfie style video. I edited a few like simple edits, but I was talking about like 5 things to get used to in the Philippines. Okay. there's many different elements to it, but essentially I just listed 5 things. I literally just said the 5 things. And then from there, it got like 600 and like over 600,000 views. Okay. But from that one piece of content that I did, it took me like 10 minutes to do. One piece of content. I got 10,000 followers from that video. Just one piece of content. Okay. But it was just, yeah, sometimes it's the short, dumb videos. So funny and entertaining. One of my favorite videos. So literally, like, I just did that, got 10,000 followers from that one video, and then that was it, right? That's just on TikTok, but it's the content though. Like, it was the content. And it really hit home for the community in the Philippines because I appealed to their values. Okay. I appealed to their values. But I was just being authentic and just being my true self. And I wasn't trying to, I mean, I was trying to reach a lot of people. So I did achieve my goal. Um, because my goal was to blow up over there. My goal was to become a local celebrity as fast as humanly possible. I achieved it in one video. Okay. 600,000 plus people saw me. And then there was in the comments, you can see like, oh, I saw you at the mall. Oh, I've seen you around. Like it's that crazy. Okay. But that's what social media can do for you. That's high status networking, high status branding. You're able to, once you get very specific with your content and you know the values to provide and you target it to the, one person, then you go viral. You can multiply the efforts. Okay. So that's one example. I did it with my Shun Gunner brand. Anyone who has a personal brand can do it too. Now, here's another example, right? With Star Motorworks, with the auto shop. So with the auto shop, and I'm going to share with you why the platform that you use, I mean, there is some nuances to like what goes viral on what platforms, but again, it doesn't really matter. And the reason why is because if you just adopt my philosophy of movies, right? Create movies and as many commercials as possible, which is just ads, okay? With the elements of Evergreen commercials. With the elements of Evergreen, you'll be able to go viral. And as long as you're targeting again, and you're speaking to that one specific client that you want to reach, all right? Once you do that, your video for sure will be valuable. Now, obviously, like we can talk about video editing on the next call, but when it comes to video editing, when it comes to value, right? Like again, you have to adapt to the times, right? How many people would want to like watch a 1 hour video on Instagram, right? I don't know. I don't know. But I wouldn't personally. I'd rather watch it on YouTube. So it's how you consume the content, right? If you wanted to watch a movie, would you rather watch the movie on your small like phone or would you want to see it like on a big screen? Like for me personally, I'd rather watch it on a big screen. But sometimes I like to watch it on my phone, right? So it just depends. But this right here, again, when it comes to creating movies, right? Like what values do you have? What's your philosophy? And then from there, I'm just sharing my philosophy with you. When it comes to the shop, the auto shop, right? So one of the videos that and this is I'm going to share with you why it doesn't matter about like TikTok or Instagram or whatever platform you use, okay? So when it comes to the shop, one of the videos that we did, it got 500,000 views, okay? 500,000 views. Okay. My writing on here is bothering me a lot. But 500,000 views on, and this was on Instagram, I think. I forgot. I need to look it up here. And then the other one got 1 million views. Okay. Hi, Devin. I know she's right here. What is it?
A stick.
I have no idea. Okay. How many views does this one get? So yes. Hi. No, don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't hit it.
iPad.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I got the wrong video. Okay. So the video on Instagram got 300,000 views. Sorry. On IG, this is why it doesn't matter. Okay. IG and TikTok. This one got 300,000. 200,000 plus. And then the TikTok one got 550,000. Yeah, that's what it was. But it's the same video, okay? It's the same video. So my question to you, right, especially for all the people that like to talk about algorithm and stuff, like what's different? What was different about posting the same piece of content? No differences. Literally the same piece of content on Instagram and TikTok. Why did one get more views than the other? Right? For me, I don't know. And I don't care. That's the whole point I'm trying to make, is that I don't care. And the reason why it's because the focus of my attention is not on what I cannot control. It's on what I can control. Does that make sense? This is something to understand. Like this is part of just the mindset. Like again, my goal is to cut your learning curve. So if you willingly want to do your best to focus on not on things that you can't control, then I can't do anything for you, okay? But if you want to focus on things that you can control, then I'm going to share with you what to focus on. And it's this. It's just this. Okay? It's just the content that you create. That's it, okay? Forget about the views. Use it as metrics to analyze and get better, but forget about the views and especially forget about the platform. And don't worry about algorithm talk, okay? I'm just saying this because I want to just cut everyone's learning curve. Don't worry about this. If you work for the company, then I understand. Like maybe something I don't. But let's focus on what we can control. And that is, what value do we add? What value do we provide? What ads do we create? What commercials do we create? Right? What movies are we putting out there? What movies are we creating? Right? What type of life are you like do you want to live? Right? Don't focus on how many views you get, as long as your message is reaching people. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like really the views is it's like the way I look at views is, how good was my message? And then you got it right. It's how good of the value like did I provide? How much value did I provide in this one message? How much value did I provide in this one piece of content? Right? And I'm gonna share with you this too. Like it's okay to think that a video that you create, a content piece that you create is going to go viral. It's totally fine to think that. But when the reality hits and it doesn't go viral, the question for you is this is part of leadership development, is how do you manage your expectations? The way you manage your expectations, right, is going to determine how you emotionally react to that thing. And I'm going to share with you this. If you react negatively to your own expectations, then it's going to send you down the wrong path, okay? Because again, the goal is to focus on what you can control, not what you can't control, right? All my new customers and promoters never liked or commented on my content. Oh, that's gold. They go into my DMs. Boom. This is gold right here. Okay? You see that? And you know what? I found this to be true. One of the clients I just recently onboarded didn't comment at all, slid to my DMs, and then boom, we closed the deal. Everything happens in the DMs. It's the back end, okay? Everything happens in the DMs. Crystal and I happen in the DMs. So therefore, I always produce it intentionally. Yes, 100%. 100%. Again, let's go back to this simple business model. Front end, back end, sorry, traffic, front end, and back end. I'm dead. Okay. Again, what's the back end? Angela just shared it right now, right? The back end. What did I say before? DMs, right? Your front end, if you don't have it's your website, okay? Website. I'm going to share with you why I really encourage everyone to have a website. Website, your Instagram, right? Your social media, okay? That's what it is. Your front end is social media. The back end is your DMs, okay? Is your list. This is really what it is. It's just your way to talk to people, okay? It's all this combined, okay? Everything combined. Traffic is your ads, your commercials, okay? Your content. Now, everything does happen here. Everything happens here. Think of the back end as your money again. And if you're, again, people may not comment right here, right? People may not comment here, but then they're starting to message you here, right? Or they're starting to like consume your content here, or they're starting, and then that's how you're making income. Okay, this is how you monetize online. It's super simple. The challenging part is this part right here, is how you create your content. That's it. And again, it's marketing strategy, content campaigns, and we'll talk about content campaigns real quick. And then from there, it's this right here, all this stuff, the front end. Okay. Now, here's just real briefly. Here's why you need a website. The reason why I encourage everyone to have a website, and more specifically a list, is because do you control and own social media? Do you own Instagram? Do you own the social media platforms that you use? If the answer is no, this is why it's so important to have your list. This is why it's so valuable to have this. This is like when I onboard anyone, like a new client from me, the number one thing I set up first is this. And I encourage them to set up is this right here, the list. The reason why, even before a website, the reason why it's because, again, all your efforts that you do here and here, everything that you do for these two things, if you don't have this set up and this goes away and this goes away and you don't have a website, right? But you have a list, at least all the efforts that you made here in the traffic, in your content, in your networking. Okay, so again, it's content. It's online and offline. Everything that you do here, you want to drive these two things to your list. So that way, just in the case that this goes away and that this goes away, you have something that you own. And all your efforts that you did is captured in your list. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Now, I'm going to share with you another thing of why this is so important. For me, again, I was full-time, right? Full-time on social media. The one mistake I made, one of the biggest mistakes I made, was not having this list. Why? It's because I just didn't know what tools to use. And then it got to a point where I couldn't afford to even use those tools. So then I was like, this doesn't make any sense for me. And I was just all over the place. So this right here, if I just had known this information though, from the get-go, then I would have saved myself so much time, energy, and money. And I would have made more money because of this right here. This one thing, the list, okay? Because now all my efforts online and offline would have been captured in here. Does that make sense? And then the beauty of this list is we can talk about this on another episode, but this is how you make even more money and how you create more impact. Everything goes up. There's so much more you can do with the list alone. Okay. But again, I'm telling you this for a reason. It's because just in the case that this happens, or this happens, or this happens, but you have this, you're good. Because you can always restart momentum as fast as humanly possible. Okay. If you have no momentum, you have to create it by doing this. Does that make sense? You have to create it by doing this right here. Traffic, ads, right? Online efforts, offline efforts. Drive it to the front end, drive it to your list. You have to restart all that. But if you already had this, list, you just send one email or message out or SMS, like text message. You start momentum right away. Does that make sense? Okay. Thank you, team. You're welcome. Remember when social media was down? That was a lesson. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, I do remember that. Social media was down, right? But for the people who had a list, it wasn't down for them. So they were still making money, right? The reason to have a website, it's because this is how you can automate. This is part of the automation process in the 5 pillars of massive scale. You have a website that you can automate your sales funnel. You can automate the sales process through a sales funnel, right? So this right here is how you do that. And everything's combined. I know it's very messy. Let me erase it. If you want to take a picture, go ahead. But this right here, okay? This is part of it. Now let me just move on to content campaigns really quickly, because then we'll end the call. So when it comes to to all that. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand that because I want to cut your learning curve and I just want to show you like the pitfalls, the mistakes that I made, okay? In 5 minutes, we're going to end because it's going to be 7:20. So, content campaigns. I know that this was the entire episode, but this was the entire lead up to it. So, content campaigns. In a nutshell, what do you think that means? When it comes to content campaigns, it's your ads, okay? It's your library of ads. That's how I like to look at it. Library of ads. Your library of commercials, right? That's what it is. Every single time you create an ad number 1, ad number 2, ad number 3, and so on and so forth, all of these is now adding to your library, right? Your library of ads, your library of content, your content library, right? So that's why it's important to understand, like, when it comes to creating specific content campaigns, you need to know, again, your marketing strategy, the map. You need to know the values that you have because it's going to directly tie to your authentic self, to what you believe in, to your philosophy, right? To your purpose, to your mission, etc. And then from there, it's going to allow you to create faster simply because, and after you know who you're targeting, right? After you know who you want to really attract and specifically talk to, you know exactly how to create more over and over again. Okay. That's why this is so important to understand everything, because doing all the work up front, it matters. Why? It's because it's going to make your life so much easier. Okay. It's going to make your life so much easier when creating content because now you know what you're doing. And then from there, like, this is how you start to get better is you start to continue to create, you start to look at the data, right? And then you're like, all right, how can I make this better? How can I add more value to the person that I want to talk to? How can I add more value to attract the people that I want to connect with? How can I add more value to this community, etc., right? This right here, again, the content campaigns, right? When it comes to this, it's the 5 W's, right? Who, what, when, where, why. These are part of creating content. It just depends on how you want to do it. And then a simple framework of how you shoot your content or how you write out your copy. It's so simple. It's hook, story, offer, right? Offer, call to action, okay? And this right here is everything. Because now when it comes to your hook, just use like the who, what, when, where, why, right? Who am I talking to? Business owners, entrepreneurs, right? If you're an entrepreneur but wants to get 1 million views online, that's the hook. Then tie it in with the offer. Then that's how you do it. And then you tell your story. And then from there, like, as long as you keep the story like optimized for whatever platform like you're using, if it's short form, I'm talking about short form or long form, okay? But if you optimize it for the platform that you're using, then guess what? Now, and you make it specific to the person that you're trying to reach, right? Now this will multiply. And that's when you start to see more reach, more views, more comments, more engagement, more DMs, everything, okay? So this is just in a nutshell, like a very simple process of how you can create content campaigns. And obviously I'm keeping it very generic and universal because, like, if you want to create content based on your values, based on who you want to reach, based on what it is that they need, based on when they need it, based on where they need it, based on why they need it, this is everything. Does that make sense? And all it is just packaging it in however you want to package it. And then from there, uploading, right? Upload it and then see what happens, right? Just get results. And then from there, if you're not happy with the results, that's when you get a consultant. That's when you get a coach. That's when people hit me up. That's when people ask me for help or advice or advisory or consulting, whatever, right? That's when you start to go down the rabbit hole of how can I get better? How can I improve? What courses do I need to take? What communities do I need to join? What masterminds do I need to join? Like, what do I need to do in order to get the results that I want? Does that make sense? Okay. So this right here, this was like a masterclass for content creation. This was a masterclass for marketing, right? All in one. Marketing strategies, number one. Number two, content campaigns. And number three is rinse and repeat. Get the results, improve, level up, commit to growth, commit to mastery, commit to getting better. Okay. So this was everything. And you know, I'm very happy that the whiteboard's working. Very happy. But this was everything, okay? Stop participant sharing. Boom. All right. So it is 7:19 a.m. This was so good. I value you and Crystal's time. Thank you. I value your time. Thank you. You're gonna apply it. Yes. Yes. Apply this, okay? Everything that we talked about today on the episode, on all episodes prior, apply. Do your best to apply it to get better. We're here for the long haul, right? We're here for the long term. I encourage every single one of you to just commit to self-mastery, commit to leadership development, commit to this growth, your journey in your life. This is your legacy run. This is your life. So everything that you do, every decision that you make, it will ultimately shape your destiny, right? I'm just giving and providing the tools, the resources that I personally have known, my philosophy. And if it can connect with you, with your philosophy, if something unlocks for yourself, if a 1%er thing happens for you, where it opens the door for you for more opportunity, for more chances, for more growth, for more change, for more transformation, then I'm happy. Okay. So I wish you the best on this. On the next call, we'll talk about video editing and we'll optimize and keep on going. All right. So let's crush it, dominate your day, make it happen. I hope this was valuable. If you have any questions, just let me know, but let's get it. All right. Have an amazing day. Sending you all love. I believe you, Sean. I will never forget the impact. Let's go. Thank you. Salamat, Pogi. Thank you all. Let's make it happen. Have an amazing day. Crush it. Go on your run. This is your legacy run. All right. Make it happen. Let's get it. Peace out.